teamwork in SHTF and prior to SHTF. Hey everybody, this is Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. It's a concept often talked about in the prepper circles, correct? MAGs, mutual assistance groups, tribes, crews, teams, family. A lot of different ways it can come down. Maybe it's just your neighbors, your neighborhood, a community. Maybe you live in a prepper community or something like that. That would be pretty cool. There is some advantages, maybe some potential downfalls or something like that. But yeah, I want to talk about tribe today. Taking care of a buddy's homestead, helping him out there. And so we're going to show you that. It's pretty cool. He's got a lot of animals there. I got the garden. He's got the animals. He has a small garden also. But yeah, that's one of those things. I can grow a ton of vegetables and fruits and stuff like that. I don't necessarily have the room, the space, the time, the money to ramp up an animal production line type thing also, as well as take care of everything else. That'd be like adding on a whole bunch more. Do I want to go that direction? Yes, I do. But he has animals down. I think he just, I think they just processed 50, 60 something meat birds. Pretty cool. And working with a friend that's also a homesteader. So this is good, right? So benefits are, I'll show you some of the benefits. I got a hookup. I'm going to be able to, where I'm standing right now, all like through here, all the way up to the tomato raised bed that's right there in front of me, I'm going to be able to fill all that in with 2 more raised beds, like probably 16 more feet of beds, of raised bed, which would be sweet, just from logs that he had laying around. And so yeah, I want to show you kind of what his homestead looks like, how he is setting stuff up, and you know, talk about that a little bit. Pretty cool setup. Oh, when you live out in nature, you know, you got bird sounds and stuff. Encourage you guys, this is important, to find your tribe, to always be adding to it, building it, strengthening it. So let's get into showing you the homestead. Here's a good example of a homestead. This is tribe members' homestead. And this is just part of it, but we got the requisite area out there to you know, practice defensive tools with a good backdrop across the ravine there. We got a chicken tractor that had meat birds in it that are now harvested. The nice big fire pit. Oh, and that's a little bit AP behind me playing with the puppies. So yeah, she's making some noise. So over there we got chickens. Those are their ladies, the laying hens. And then over here, that's the turkey house. We got a big boy in there, you can see right there in the corner, and his mate, and they're trying to breed. And then a bunch of little turkeys in the nearest side. And then looking down over here, we got another chicken and duck area right there.
Dad, make this dog, give it to me.
You play with them. Oh, also the little one right over there. My finger's big, the house is little. That's got ducks and chickens in it too. And then these ducks and chickens here, and then garden area. Got some raised beds going on, similar to what I have going on. But yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 raised beds. They both work. So they are not able to weed, you know, like all the time like I am, which is understandable. So we're gonna help them get caught up in weeding, because you work together as a tribe, right? So yeah, they got the 4 big raised beds, and ducks, chickens, turkeys, and I showed you, actually, you might be able to see them over there through the trees. Right over there are 2 cows. That's the 2 cows. So yes, homesteading is awesome. If you like the video, please subscribe. If you enjoy my content, give it a thumbs up. Share the videos, comment below. Do the things to help out the channel. I really appreciate it. And we're doing really good things. This whole homestead thing, going a lot more in detail on Patreon. So if you want to check us out there, links in the description below. $1 a month. Tons of exclusive content there. A lot more in depth. And yeah, good stuff. So if you want to be one of the cool kids, join us on Patreon. I'm just kidding. But no, seriously, please join us on Patreon. Okay. Yes. As you can see with his setup, homesteading can take many different forms. Sure, you've seen other homesteading videos out there. And my setup, my mini homestead, because it is just that. I don't have a ton of acreage. Nothing like what I just showed you, what he has, his setup. This is why it's good to have tribe and other people that you can work together with. I can get eggs from him, meat with him when he processes up some meat birds. We can get them from him, and then I can take him a bunch of vegetables and fruit from my garden. It's all about teamwork. We got to work as a team. We're not going to be able to do everything by ourselves, and that's just the food aspect, not necessarily the security aspect and stuff like that. Where I'm at, security is pretty well established and not that difficult to establish. Where he is, even easier to establish. There's a single point entry. Actually dual if you think about one route that's a little more difficult. Non-vehicular, if it's on foot, he has another one. But yeah. So you need to think about your ability to secure areas also to provide for your common defense of your group, of your tribe. Teamwork in everything. This sharing of duties, the separation of duties, separation of responsibilities. It's going to be important. We're going to need to figure out, who's doing what, when, why, and based off of each other's talents and abilities. God has blessed us with these talents. We all have different ones. That's why it's important to have a team, a group, and to work together. It's going to be vitally important when the collapse comes, because it's coming. You guys see it. I mean, you guys know it. If you're here, you know what's going on. Things are going to be a lot different. And we're going to have to really rely on each other. That's why one of the things I'm doing extra for him while we're taking care of helping him out with the homestead is he has this one raised bed that's completely overgrown with clover. So we're tearing that all out for him. So when he sees it, he'll be like, wow, cool. And there's a bunch of strawberry plants mixed in there. So it's difficult, but it's going to be cool. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait to, for them to see that. That's going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to get him a whole other raised bed that's usable. So then all 6 of his raised beds will be usable by the time, he's going to be planting and going to be using those raised beds. So anyway, teamwork is vital, just like in a family. Separation of duties, He does this, she does that, kid does this, kid does that, whatever. We work together as a team. Nobody less or more important than each other. It's just working together for a common goal. And when it's survival that is the common goal, it may be a little more motivating, but it also may be a lot more stressful, right? So building those relationships are important. Know how each other deal with stress. Work under stress. You want people, I would take somebody in my group, and I would rely on them more if it is a person that doesn't necessarily have tons of skills, tons of stuff, but they are super willing, they're wide open for learning. They are ready, willing, and able to learn everything they possibly can and to work hard. A hard worker, dedicated, honest, all those kind of things. That's more important to me than somebody that say, an ex-special forces medic that has, 5 years of food supply for 10 people and a 100-acre homestead. That all sounds great. It is great. I would highly love to have somebody like that in my tribe. But if that person is, has become a former Special Forces medic, I doubt they'd be lazy. But if they were, and if they weren't willing to work with others, and if they weren't willing to learn, if they weren't willing to follow as well as lead, and they weren't willing to work hard, then I don't want that kind of person. I want somebody that's a hard worker, way more important. Somebody like this person I'm showing you, this homestead. Hard worker, putting in the time and the effort. Always a good thing. We're going to have to work together as a team. We're going to have to form communities, tribes, all this stuff like that. So why not do it now? Set yourselves up for success. When a total collapse happens, communities will form. But there will be a lot of problems associated with those the less work is done prior to. The less, if there's less getting to know each other, building those relationships, there'll be a lot more difficulties that pop up than if you nail that stuff out prior to. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get to this point of saying do the difficult things now so it's easier later on. Anyway, that's the point. Sorry about that awkward transition. I don't do video editing other than putting my clips together to make them into one full clip and doing those cool transitions between, well, kind of cool. I think they're cool. I'm not a tech guy. And yeah, doing up a thumbnail. That's my limit of this stuff. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing that. I'll probably be doing a lot more filming on the homestead, showing you different things, showing you how it works out, different ideas, different ways of doing things, how his approach to building and raising animals and running his operation there. So I think that's going to be a good thing to see. I think it's vital information. I think it's one of those videos that it's not going to get all the hits, all the views, but it's important stuff. And seeing how different people do different things is cool. I'd like to do a lot more of this kind of stuff, showing other people's setups. Like my neighbors across the street, I have to ask them. Obviously I got to keep OPSEC in mind. I can't show anything that would give away the location, stuff like that. And there's a couple other people that also have really nice setups. So I may get into that kind of stuff. Maybe like make a little series out of it, of showing different setups and different ways to homestead and, different approaches to take. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and blessings to you and yours.